Joe Rogan is the establishment now. A lot of people, a lot of Rogan bros, let's call them, are in disbelief that Joe Rogan is the establishment now, or in the establishment. He's not just the establishment now. He's part of the super elite. Okay, this is why he's propping up Elon Musk, and he panders to the fascist right on a consistent basis. He knows who butters his bread, right? But Joe Rogan signing $100 million contract with Spotify alone. There's more money than that for Joe Rogan, but that alone puts him in the 0.001%, not just the 1%, 0.001%. So I just see Rogan bros have not accepted this as reality, because it is basic reality, and they're having trouble processing it. And when I call Joe Rogan the establishment, it's a direct insult, and I'm just laying out facts. You can't be a part of the 0.001% and not be a part of the establishment. That's not a thing, okay? All billionaires and high-earning multimillionaires are extremely problematic, and he has become one of them. And it says a lot about the system. And I know he's just exploiting the system and using the system. Whatever. That needs to change. But that's firmly within establishment boundaries. That is so comfortably establishment, it's really hard to make a stronger case. And the Rogan bros hate it when you mention this. They absolutely lose their minds because they have this populist energy that is all about fighting the establishment, and the anti-vaxxers are like these like strong anti-establishment types, and it's just like the anti-trans rhetoric. Those are like anti-establishment types. They're far-right fascist lunatics who Rogan routinely props up on his platform of 11 million viewers per day. Not problematic at all there, Joe. He is the establishment now. He's running with the things that used to be on the fringe are now mainstream. Okay, anti-vax sentiment used to be extremely fringe of the fringe, right? Anti-trans rhetoric was unheard of until these last couple years, until the fascist right and platforms like Joe Rogan lifted up their voices and gave their hate and anti-science viewpoints the oxygen it needs to infect the hearts and minds of Americans and people abroad. And it's despicable. The guy has no shame, and no capitalist is going to have shame when it comes to that much money. Like, they're just happy to be making that much money. They want to make more. Capitalism is a straight up brainworm disease where you'll never be happy. You could have $1 billion, but John, the CEO down the street, makes $2 billion, and you'll be thinking you're such a piece of shit because you cannot make $2 billion. You'll spend and screw over as many people as humanly possible to try to make that extra billion to compete with John, the CEO down the street. It's an absolute brainworm. I digress. Joe Rogan's the establishment now. Bottom line, you can't make that much money. You're profiting off of an establishment that has helped enable your existence to this stature of pure unbridled excesses. So there's no getting away that Joe Rogan's the establishment. That's concrete. That's not even opinion. 0.001%. You are so super elitist. It's comical. It's like comic book super villain comical. How establishment Joe Rogan is now. Didn't used to be. Just used to be a guy who had a podcast, working in Hollywood, doing his thing. Not many people cared. Now, he's big time, bigger than he's ever been, influencing millions, 11 million people per day. Just his JRE podcast. Who knows how many more above that? So we have to pay attention to what this guy's saying and putting out there, because our friends and relatives are going to be feeding it back to us. They're going to be listening to his stuff, and we're going to have to, combat it, especially the anti-trans stuff, especially the anti-vax stuff, and all this other bigotry and anti-science nonsense. We have to be prepared to fight these people in rhetoric, in the political forum, and have some ample pushback against the nonsense that people like Joe Rogan have built up over the years, giving the fringies, the mainstream voices that they don't deserve. I'm a free speech guy, but when you're amplifying hatred and you're amplifying anti-science information that's literally going to lead to people hurting themselves and other people, you're going to have to be on notice. You're a public menace at the least at that point. So it's like, I don't know. What's this guy doing? Anyways, I've babbled enough. Let me know your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And hit me up on Facebook. I don't do videos all the time, but I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I make memes. It's all political content. So find me there.